Today, we're going one-on-one with Dr. Renee Fowler Hornbuckle as she gives an in-depth, step-by-step, retrospective look on recalibrating your life from the inside out. Come along on this journey as Dr. Renee speaks.
Today on Dr. Renee Speaks, have you ever focused so much on what's happened in your past that you're not present in the moment of where you are now? Well, most of us do that pretty well. And so today I just want to take a few moments to share with you that you need to stop focusing on what you lost and you need to start looking at what you have left. See, when life begins to happen to us, one of the things that we tend to do is we get so focused on our circumstances, so focused on the things that are happening around us, that we lose sight of any hope for the future. Well, guess what? If you're ever going to move into what is next, if you're going to move forward at all, you've got to stop looking at your circumstances. You've got to stop looking at things that you've gone through in life. For me, there was a time in my life when I felt like I was on top of the world, and then through a cataclysmic crisis, everything happened, my life fell apart, and I lost really, literally everything. And the thing of it is that for a moment I felt paralyzed, I felt stifled, I had actually stopped. I had stopped believing in myself, stopped believing in my dream and my vision. And then I realized, you know what? I am only looking at my current circumstances. And your current circumstances are really only temporary. And so what I had to learn how to do was not allow the issues of life that I was going through at that particular moment to literally choke the life out of me. And so as I began to read God's Word, and as I began to read development books, and as I began to just spend time meditating, I began to hear, stop focusing on what you lost and look at what you have left. Because see, what happens is we look at all the things that we've gone through and what we've lost, and we forget about the fact that we still have opportunity to arise every day, to have breath in our body, to have life, to have access to wonderful people around us, our family, our children, our friends, our co-workers, our business partners, our community. We don't really value what we have left. And so I just want to speak a word to you today that perhaps you find yourself like I did in a place where it was like life had hit me so hard, I was so overwhelmed, I was so overcome that I couldn't move forward. Where I'm here today to tell you, stop looking at everything that you lost, especially material things. Let me tell you, and just hear it. If you got it the first time, you can get it again. Stuff is just stuff, all right? But as long as you've got breath in your body, as long as you've got the ability to be a critical thinker, as long as you have a good support system, well, even if you don't have a good support system, you're enough with God. You're enough, okay? But you may have to really change some things in your life so that you begin to gather others unto yourself that really believe in you, that really support you. That's what I had to do. All the people that I thought supported me and believed in me, unfortunately, they walked away. And I felt helpless. I thought, you know what? I don't know what to do, where to go, who to turn to. I even got to a place where I didn't even trust people. But at some point, I stopped looking at what I lost. I stopped looking at the friends and the material possessions and all the things, the leverage, the influence. I stopped looking at all of that stuff that I lost, and I started framing my life this way. What is it that I can do right now in my moment to cause me to be able to be in reach of my dream, my vision, and all the things that I still know that are left for me in my life to do? That's when I had that aha moment. That's when things began to turn around. That's when I began to really take responsibility for where I was. That's where I began to say, you know what? I can rebrand me. I can redesign me. I can redefine me. I can make myself over. I'm going to use what I lost as leverage. And, you know, a lot of times we look at things that we lost, and let me tell you this. Everything that you went through and you're going through right now is necessary for the greater you that is to emerge. So as I looked back over that, I glanced at it for a moment, but then I thought, this is where I am now. So how can I take what I have left and how can I use it for greater gain? How can I use it for greater good? And then I began to build there. The Bible tells us so many stories of so many people that lost all they had. And the thing that changed their situations was when they decided to get up and take a step of faith, be moved to action. That's what I had to learn to do. Yes, my situation looked overwhelming. Yes, it felt like life as I knew it would never occur again. But as I began to say, you know what, God, I have the ability to focus on you, consult you, and see you for who you are. I'm still here, so therefore you see something great in me. So give me the strategy, give me the plan. God says, I know the plans that I have for you. And when you look at that, it says it's full of a great future and full of hope. And so I began to look at that and I said, okay, what do I have left? It didn't seem like much, but I had enough left to start again, to begin again. So I want you to know that no matter what your circumstances is, you may be on the streets, you may have lost so much, whatever it is, your story is real to you. But whatever it is, I want you to know this. You can live again. You can begin again. The dream is still possible. You will get your vision back. You will get your sight back. And for many of you like me, you'll eventually get your stuff back. But the stuff is not what's important. What's important is that God is able to use you where you are. And when you stop looking at what you lost and you start focusing on what's left. I have a very dear friend, a dear mentor that has a book, and it's entitled Makeovers with Leftovers. And so my thing is that your life can be entirely made over again. Dr. Sheila Bailey went through the same thing that we went through. She lost a lot, but she decided, you know what? I'm going to get my life back together again. And so there's so many of us that are living proof today that you can start again, begin again, and get your life back again. But what will you do? You have to engage in your life. You have to be present in the moment. You may have to go through and relearn some things. You may have to recreate a new normal. But one thing I know for sure, that if you take that first step, it might be a baby step, but if you take that first step, you'll get to what it is that is next for you. And then when you get to next, even if you don't have it all figured out, if you take that next step, you'll get to the next that God has for you. And then ultimately, you'll arrive at the place that God has for you. So what are you going to do? You're going to stop focusing on what's lost, and you're going to look at what's left, and you're going to use that to re-engage in life and to recreate and redefine and redesign a better you. I'm Dr. Renee, and I'm speaking to you. I hope you're listening.
To partner and or support Dr. Renee, visit ReneeHornbuckle.com.